article in German Life magazine. And thank you all for coming. Hi, I'd like to welcome everybody here to the German Cultural Gardens. My name is Tom Stroman and I'm the president of the German Garden and Cultural Foundation. We're all here today to celebrate an article in German Life magazine. And thank you all for coming. The Garden Federation has oversight for all the individual gardens and works with the Cleveland Parks Department to manage the area. There are about 33 different and distinct cultures represented in these 276 acres, and there's current plans for about 4 more or so in the works. One, I know the Colombians are planning a garden. There's a Mexican garden going in, just to name a couple. The group of us, we work with the Federation and the city, and we have to submit proposals for any major additions. The City Parks Department also is responsible for tree trimming and grass cutting. And I think they do a fairly good job. Through Holden Parks Trust, they also assist the gardens financially to help establish and refurbish certain hardscape projects here in the garden. But even with all that, it's primarily up to each individual cultural organization to provide for the needs and upkeep of these areas. The German garden here was founded in 1929 and was the third cultural garden established after the British garden, which is located right over there past that circle, and the Hebrew garden. British garden was 1916 and the Hebrew in 1926. Throughout the years, various groups and individuals have held responsibility for enhancing the German garden. In that time, these busts were added, benches as you're sitting on over there. In this middle area, there used to be a nice water fountain which was installed and sometime in the 60s, subsequently taken out. It was originally a dream of mine to have it put back in. About 5 years ago, the maintenance of this 5-acre garden was primarily being taken care of by just 2 people, Hans Kopp and his wife. It had become overgrown with trees, bushes, and weeds crowding in. There's just too much work here, and a couple of us recognized the need and desire to make the German garden one of the shining stars of all the gardens. So we got together and we founded the German Garden and Cultural Foundation of Cleveland with the idea of reinvigorating and rejuvenating the garden. It's been a long process. It has taken a lot of meetings, hard work, and resources, but I think we're coming along. Just to highlight a few of our accomplishments, we completely replanted the main garden, which I refer to here, last year. And there's a few people who were involved in that. We dug out just about everything that was in here and put in new plantings. We repurposed many of those plants that were in here, and we've used them, the hostas and irises that you see in these walkways. They were all in this little area here. We planted irises down there to establish a lower flower garden by Martin Luther King. We were working on another flower garden by the Hungarian garden, which you'll see there's some old bulb stems over there. We added a flagpole down on MLK. We've had the stonework here cleaned and remortared. This gate that you walk into over here has been repainted. Not a insignificant amount of our time was spent working with the Federation on the establishment of the Peace Plaza, which is located on property donated by the German Garden and was finished last year. I'm sure on your tours and walk around you'll see it down here. They've done a really nice job. But that too is part of the German property. And finally they're able to start using that. Last year they had it finished, however due to COVID there were restrictions. They've since been lifted. Some ideas that we're working on besides the flower garden over there include replacing a plaque of Beethoven that was removed. That's the tombstone looking thing over there. We also hope to refurbish what we're calling our Austrian section, which is this stonework here behind me. We're also busy planning for One World Day, which is a wonderful event. This is the 75th anniversary of One World Day, and it's going to be held on August 29th. For those who haven't been here before, the city closes Martin Luther King Boulevard and East Boulevard for the entire day. There's a parade and speeches, of course, and each garden represents itself and its culture to the public. The Hofbrauhaus sets up a tent over here, and if you know what the Hofbrauhaus is, they were one of the most well-attended events and gardens of that day. They're the only ones that serve beer. We should someday like to hold additional events here to include German music and the arts. We're open to suggestions and appreciate increased involvement from our Germanic community. We hope that getting the word out of what we're doing here through events such as this, our website, and having been showcased in this German Life magazine, which we have plenty of copies of, and please take one or two home, spread it around. Nice article, features the garden and 3 other German-oriented places around the country. We hope that'll have more people come out, and I think each time we have an event, more and more people are showing up, so it's wonderful. So thank you all for coming. Barrett has a sign-up sheet over there if you'd like to sign up for, make sure you're included in future events. That would be wonderful. Thanks for coming. We have some kuchen and trinken here, and look around and enjoy the afternoon. God has smiled on us and keeping the rain away from us. I think the Stammtisch, you're having a German language tour after this, and just enjoy the afternoon here in this beautiful area. All right, thank you very much.